Hi all, welcome to the Fridays Live with Poonam. So as you all know that I have been doing these Fridays Live to help people to break free from stress and to create an awareness for mental health, because I feel that nowadays especially the mental health issues are on a rise. So there has to be something that has to be done urgently. So I hope my efforts will help people to come out of stress and to understand stress better. Today's session is focused on workplace stress. So in today's session, I will be discussing in regard to workplace stress, especially the legal aspects in relation to workplace stress and the duties and responsibilities of the employers, so that we can ensure safety of the employees. So before starting, as my ritual, I will share some poem or this time I am going to share a WhatsApp forward that I received. It's a poem which is being composed by someone and shared by Rajkumar Rao, as we all know him. He is a very good actor. I really liked this poem and wanted to share it. So I will be sharing it, and please watch till the end because I will be sharing some very effective de-stress techniques as well, which can help you to de-stress and which I also personally use whenever I feel stressed out. So do watch till the end. So today's FB live will be for 30 minutes. So to start with, let me share.
सुनना यार, चल बात करते हैं ना। देख, वादा है मेरा, कोई ज्ञान नहीं दूंगा। हंस ले, ठीक हो जाएगा, ये वाला फेक फरमान नहीं दूंगा। जज नहीं करूंगा, एडवाइस नहीं दूंगा, और दारू पी के गम भुलाने का कोई अरमान नहीं दूंगा। जानता हूं, एक तो साली सैलरी कटी हुई है, ऊपर से वर्क फ्रॉम होम पे अलग लगी पड़ी है। एक अनजाना सा डर है ना कहीं। आई नो काफी मुश्किल घड़ी है, पर दिखता हो जो उम्मीद का डेड एंड तुझे, तो बात करके फिर सब स्टार्ट करते हैं ना। सुनना यार, चल बात करते हैं ना। पिछली बार जब बात हुई तो कुछ और लगा था। तू हंस रहा था मगर सैड बहुत लगा था। बस इतना बताना था दोस्त, ये सिर्फ तेरी कहानी नहीं, तेरी जैसी नहीं पर अलग, मेरी परेशानी नहीं। महीनों माँ बाप को वीडियो कॉल पे देख के कुछ अंदर ही अंदर टूट जाता है। छोटी छोटी बातों पे इरिटेट होकर गुस्सा मेरा भी अक्सर फूट जाता है। सिंक में पड़े बर्तन मुझे भी रुलाते हैं, वो ट्रिप्स पुराने दिन मुझे भी बुलाते हैं। कैसे बताऊं कितनी जोर से धड़कता है दिल आसपास जब कोई पॉजिटिव केस आते हैं। सुन, डरता हो दिल या दिमाग भटक जाता हो, कोई ख्याल बैठकर अगर दिन भर सताता हो, बस याद रखना, कोई परफेक्ट नहीं, हम सब बेहाल हैं, सब ढूंढते जवाब, जिंदगी बनी एक सवाल है। मास्क है चेहरों पर है तो क्या, सब पर्दे हटाकर शेयर दिल के जज्बात करते हैं ना। सुन ना यार, चल बात करते हैं ना। दिल की बात तो अक्सर करते हैं, दिमाग क्या कह रहा है ये सुनने की भी शुरुआत करते हैं ना। सुन ना यार, चल बात करते हैं ना, चल बात करते हैं ना।
So it was a poetry by Abhinav. Really effective I felt. सुनना यार, चल बात करते हैं ना। दिल की बातें तो करते हैं, पर कभी कभी दिमाग की बातें भी शेयर करना जरूरी है, especially with those one whom you trust. So as I discussed in my last session as well, that if you want to get out of stress, you need to build a support system also. And if you are one person who can observe someone in your family or around you who needs help, then you must extend your hand to help them in any way. You never know, maybe your small help can save a life. बिकॉज सुनना यार, चल बात करते हैं. It's very much needed during current scenario. So now I'm going to start discussing about the workplace stress. So when we say workplace stress, as you all know that there is a lot of stress when we are working. It could be any kind of job. Sometimes there are jobs where there are very difficult conditions to work, but still people are working because they want to earn to survive for their family, for themselves. And sometimes it becomes a question of status as well, that they have to work, they cannot quit the job. So whatever the reason be, if the stress is there, you need not worry. The first thing you must understand is no one can exploit you beyond a certain limit. So if you feel that the workplace stress is piling up and affecting you mentally, you also have some rights, and the rights are against the employer, because employers are now required to maintain certain protocols to observe healthy work condition for the employees. There are certain acts which can help you out to understand what are the duties or responsibilities of the employers. I will refer those acts, and if you want to know in detail about those acts, you can definitely search on Google. The first one is the Protection of Human Rights Act 1993. I am talking about these acts which are applicable in India. Internationally, there are many other laws which can help people to take an action against an employer who is not taking care of the employees who are suffering mentally. So one of the act is the Protection of Human Rights Act 1993. As the name itself states, human rights are being protected under this act, and there are a list of human rights which you can claim against. The next one is the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act 2016. This is also one of the recent act. So the right, in short, we call it PWD Act, that is the Persons with Disabilities Act. And in this act, mental illness is also described as a part of disability, provided it has been clinically proven that this person is mentally ill. So there are specific requirements to see whether this is a mental illness or not. A psychiatrist can definitely help you out to decide if it is a mental illness or not. And if it is a mental illness, there are certain rights which are available to you under the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act 2016. And to know more about these rights, you can log into Google and check in detail. And the third one, and a very important one, and which is the most recent one, is the Mental Health Care Act 2017. So there are many provisions in these acts which help people who are suffering with any mental illness or mental retardation. So mental illness should also be taken seriously now by all the employers. I would like to mention certain provisions of this Mental Health Care Act 2017, which I felt were worth discussing. So one of the legal provision in this Mental Health Care Act says that the insurers now have to have a provision for medical insurance for treatment of mental illness as well. So now you need not worry if you are taking any treatment for mental illness. You can claim insurance, medical insurance from the insurer. Also, the mental health care professionals are required to maintain confidentiality regarding their clients. They cannot disclose any information in relation to their client to anyone without consent of the client. And also they cannot share any information or photographs relating to a person with mental illness in the social media or anywhere else without consent of that person. So confidentiality of the client is utmost now. And if any person feels that this confidentiality clause has been breached by anyone, they can definitely file a suit against such a person. The act now decriminalizes attempts to commit suicide. Initially, when a person used to commit suicide, there was an action taken against such a person, and a case was filed. But now this committing of suicide, an attempt to committing suicide, has been decriminalized. What does this mean? That if a person tries to commit suicide but he is saved, there will be no legal action taken against such person. Rather, the government will make efforts to rehabilitate such a person. So if you find any such person who always speaks about committing suicide or who have these suicidal tendencies, please help them out. You can reach to government. There are many rehabilitation centers which are operated by the central government and state government as well, which provide free services to these to these people who are suffering from mental illness. So yes, now you can readily accept that there is some problem. You need not hide it, and those who breach that law of confidentiality, they may have to suffer for that. So please acknowledge if you have any mental illness, and definitely seek help from a medical practitioner if required. And this is a patient-centric law, so all the provisions are in favor of the patients. So anyone who is suffering from mental illness can definitely get benefited from this law. And it safeguards the rights of the people with mental illness by providing them free of cost treatment for mental illness. So a lot has been done to help the people who are suffering from mental illness. And if you are one of those person or one of those employees who feel that your rights are being exploited by your employer, you definitely have that power to take an action against your employer. And employers, please be cautious, because there are now many laws in India which are in favor of the employees. So please take care of the workplace stress and try to maintain the balance. What is the duty of the employers? The employers now have to consider mental health of a person not only at the time of recruitment but also during the job, by making certain policies, by continuously assessing the risk which can damage any person's mental capabilities. The employers should not only consider mental illness at the time of recruitment, but also when a person is on job, to help them to deal with the workplace stress. And thirdly, even at the time of dismissing an employee, firing an employee, utmost care has to be taken in regard to their mental health. So it is a duty of the employer now. Confidentiality has to be maintained. Again, it is applicable to employers as well. If there is any person who is in your organization who has suffered from any mental illness previously, but now he is perfectly fine, but he disclosed this information to the employer just for the sake of honesty, to be honest, the employer should take utmost care not to disclose such information with anyone else without the consent of the employee, not even with the human resource manager. If there is a separate department who is doing medical assessment of that employee, the medical report need not be shared with the human resource manager as well. So the client have full right to keep the information confidential. The organizations should develop mental health policies, and 3 kind of mental health policies are to be developed. The first one is the primary mental health policy, the secondary mental health policy, and the tertiary mental health policy. Okay, let me see who all have joined on Facebook. Thanks all for joining in. If you have any question in relation to workplace stress, feel free to ask in the comment box. I will try to answer them, and if I am not able to answer now, I will definitely take up those questions in my later sessions. So today I am discussing about workplace stress, the employer's responsibilities in relation to maintaining the peaceful environment, and the legal aspects in relation to workplace stress. So now the last part, that is, what is the responsibility of the employer? They have to have some mental health policies to ensure safety of the mental safety of the employees. Not only the physical safety but mental safety as well. The policies have to be addressed in three ways. There have to be three kind of policies: primary policy, secondary policy, and tertiary policy. When we say primary policies, these policies in relation to mental health, they are to be directed towards eliminating the causes of stress. Now, if I say that there is some noise and I'm getting disturbed from that noise, right? So what can I do to get rid of that stress? The first thing is I have to search the source of the noise and try to remove the noise from the source itself. So the first policy that employers have to make is that they have to make those policies to remove the source of the stress. They can do so by redesigning the jobs, by having better organization policies, and there are a lot of ways through which they can remove the source of the stress. We can discuss it in detail. The second aspect of making the policies is the secondary policies, the secondary mental health policies. In this case, what the employer have to take care is, they have to see how the employees are coping with the workplace stress. These policies will help employees to cope with the workplace stress. So increasing the capability of the employees, helping them to understand how to deal with stress, implementing stress management policies or stress management programs in the organizations to help the employees deal with stress. So the first thing was primary, that is, if the noise is coming, what I have to do is I have to see the source of the noise and try to eliminate the source itself. In that case, the stress that I was having from that noise will be gone. But if I am not able to remove the source of the noise, what I can do is I can put something in my ear or stop myself from hearing that noise or change my place or do anything to deal with that stress, that noise. So the second kind of policies will be the secondary policies, which help employees to deal with the stress. And the third category, any guesses? The tertiary. Any guesses? What kind of policies will these include? You can type in the comment box. The third kind of policies will be to help the employees to recover from any such illness which have resulted from the stress. So if I'm not able to remove the source of the stress and I'm not able to help the employees to deal with the stress, means the employees must have undergone a lot of stress which has resulted into some mental illness or some destruction, self-destruction. So what I have to do in third case now is to help them to recover from this illness. Maybe by, if I want to stop the noise or if I want to help the employees, I can help them by providing some hearing aids so that they are able to listen properly now, or they are able to block the unwanted noise. So the first policy was to eliminate the source of stress. The second kind of policies will be to help the employees deal with the stress, and the third kind of policies will be to help the employees to recover from the stress or any destruction or illness which has happened because of the stress. Any guesses? Okay, great. So let me discuss one very interesting case law in relation to mental health. The name of the case law is Walker versus Northumberland County Council. What happened in this case was, there was an employee named Walker, and he was working in this organization where he was overworking because of lack of adequate staff and lack of appropriate administrative support. So he was overworked. A lot of work he had a lot of pressure to work to perform in the organization because of understaffing and no support from the company. This led to a nervous breakdown and he had to take a break from the job for some time. He took a break from the job for almost 4 months to recover from the nervous breakdown which resulted from excessive work stress. And after 4 months, when he felt fine, he rejoined the company. But the company did not change the routine. The company did not make any changes to help that employee to reduce the workplace stress. And ultimately, the worker, that is, the name of that employee was Walker. He suffered second nervous breakdown because of workplace stress. So this was a very important case law, and the employer had to pay a heavy penalty to the employee because it went for a litigation. A case was filed against the employer, and ultimately the court decided that the employer have to pay a hefty penalty, almost 1,75,000 pounds, to that employee. So if you want to know the details of that case, you can search on internet Walker versus Northumberland County Council. So this is a very remarkable case for mental health issues at workplace, where the employer was held responsible for not taking care of the mental health of the employee. So employers, please be careful. You should continuously assess and have the risk assessment policies to see whether the workplace stress is under control or not. And employees, please be aware of your rights and don't feel under pressure. Don't overdo anything. There is a limit, and please recognize your limits and don't go beyond those limits because it can ultimately result into a nervous breakdown. Now, if you are suffering from stress, if you feel that there is extreme stress which you are suffering from, the first thing I would suggest is that you should take a pause. Especially in relation to workplace stress, the first thing you should do is take a pause. Stop for a moment. What you have to do during this pause time is just be with yourself. Just watch your thoughts. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. When we say deep breath, the breath has to come from your abdomen. In my last session also I discussed, when you inhale, your abdomen should come out, and when you exhale, it should go in. So when you breathe in, when we say you have to take deep breath, the breath should go inside your nose to windpipe, slowly down to your abdomen, and then the abdomen should inflate. Hold it for some seconds as per your capacity to hold, and then start releasing it very slowly by making your stomach deflated, getting in, and then exhaling out. Take long breaths for 5 to 10 times with closed eyes, focusing entirely on your breath. This will help you to be in the present and be out of your anxieties and fears. Remember that past brings bad memories and your future brings fears and anxieties. So the best place to be at is in the present. And to be in the present, this is the best exercise you can do. Taking long breaths 5 to 10 times, entirely focusing on your breath, how it is moving inside your body, going from your nose to your windpipe down to your abdomen, and then coming out. Slowly, calmly, without any force. This is a very effective de-stress technique that can help you to come out of stress. And remember, while inhaling, stomach has to inflate, while exhaling, stomach has to deflate, and it should not be vice versa. Most of the times when we are in stress, we do it vice versa. We inhale and the stomach goes in, we exhale and the stomach goes out. If it is this way, just try to observe it and try to correct it. When you inhale, stomach should inflate. When you exhale, stomach should deflate. Great. And the next another very effective technique is, generally we say whenever you take a pause, you should take a break and go to nature. But nowadays, because of COVID, it is becoming quite difficult for people to leave their places. So what you can do is very effective technique. You can start observing the pictures of nature or some videos of nature. That also helps to have the relaxing effect on your mind. Let me play one such video which I generally watch whenever I am in stress. I hope you all will like it. I downloaded that video from YouTube. Okay. I hope you liked this video. I'm leaving you with these pleasant memories of jungle bath. Till my next session, I would request you all to please keep smiling and break free from stress. See you all soon.